I'm on a Discord call.
with
The
Casualias and Golden Goner of Slowtown.
Golden Gunner of Slowtown.
Update information. Oh, category not Pikmin 2. Update information. Okay. Here we go. You guys can see this again?
I can see it.
I can see clearly now the stream is back.
I'm using my capture card to stream my Switch,
Ooh.
and I'm not even streaming it anywhere.
That's fair. Hello. Oh man.
I'm just playing F-Zero because putting out that video just really got me in the mood.
Yeah. That's totally fair. Oh man. You want to see my capture card, Kaz?
Yes.
It's an old boy.
It's an old boy. Is it Avermedia?
No. This isn't even a proper video game capture card.
Oh no.
This is.
It's a camera converter, isn't it?
It's a VHS capture.
It's intended for cameras.
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
It's a Roxio easy VHS to DVD capture card that I got back before middle school.
What's a capture
buddy.
So the GameCube or my retro console outputs, your RCA cables, your yellow, white, and red guys.
The thing that you need to make it do things.
I just realized, Justin, you can't see my screen.
I cannot.
Let me go live.
I told you.
Yeah, I know. I just forgot I didn't go live. So
Should
You walked away.
Should I stream my mediocre F-Zero gameplay on the Discord call? Will you be able to?
Potentially.
Should I?
I would recommend you do that on your own Twitch page, though.
Right, I'm not trying to pirate your Twitch.
No, that's fair. That's fair. Anyway, Jess, so the GameCube has your standard RCA cables, right?
Yeah.
But my computer doesn't have anything for this to plug into.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where the capture card comes in. My capture card takes the white, red, and yellow cable and converts it to USB so that my computer can read it.
It's fun.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's how you can see his video game on the computer.
Yes.
I get it now.
I love jumping off the edge of the road and crashing and burning thousands of meters below the track.
I thought it was wizardry! I've since upgraded to a sort of Elgato. It's a cam link. I got this a couple years back for the purposes of streaming my college improv shows.
Oh.
But it works just about as well for most purposes as HD60. The really only difference is that the higher up HD60 can do 4K at 60, I think. This can do 4K at 30 frames a second. Which I mean
30 frames per second isn't bad.
No, it's not.
It's perfect. I think it's it's perfectly standard. Would you call it standard at this point?
In America and Japan, it is. That's a whole that's a whole different story.
I get it that you generally want 60 frames per second for playing games, but as far as viewing them, it's not critical that you get every frame you can.
Yeah, no. Yeah, Vex, you're totally right. If I may, oh boy. Oh boy, here's where not only the scene...
You're about to say some things.
Here's where not only the senior film production student comes in, but also the older geek, AV geek in me comes in too. So,
Nice. The best.
for reference, any reference to like lettered video standards is kind of moot at this point because those standards were made for analog video. We just keep those names as shorthand for like the frame rates and stuff.
Really?
Yeah, in general, everything is standardized at 1080p now for HD 720. Digital is pretty standardized.
Okay.
SD and like standard def video and analog video are where the distinctions come in. So,
Okay.
there were two main video standards in the heyday of analog video. Kind of sort of three, but mainly two. There was NTSC, which was put together by the National Television Standards Committee. It's NTSC.
And National Television Standards Committee.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then there's one called PAL, which stands for Phase Alternating Line. And really, technically, that has to do with how the color is encoded into those TV signals, but we call them the other things just because it's easier.
What is a PAL region then, and why do they call it that?
PAL region is basically anywhere except for America and Japan. The whole point is, in the days of analog video, video was sent, like, if you're watching it on a CRT, video was sent as one continuous stream of electricity. And what's happening is the CRT, the cathode ray tube in your TV, is moving back and forth across your screen like this a number of times a second in order to draw out your picture. That's what's called scan lines or raster lines.
Scan lines, okay.
You know how whenever you are playing like guitar and someone is too close with a phone, you can hear like a lot of static pops?
Yeah, static pops.
The same thing happens with video as well back in the analog days. If you have like a strong enough electric interference, you'll get the video equivalent of that, which is basically like shifting video, like shifting lines, wavy images.
Oh yeah.
In
so
order,
that, like, is static the right word?
not really. It's called beating. So it's like, you know, in flashbacks when everything kind of goes like really wavy back and forth sometimes.
Oh yeah.
That's exactly what it would look like.
That's so funny. I
It
want to see an example of that.
Yeah, it turns out that the alternating current that your house provides, or that gets provided to your house, is strong enough of a current to disrupt that normally.
Really?
So in order to get around that, the refresh rate of your TV set was set to the same frequency as your alternating current, your AC electricity.
And making it the same frequency cancels out any interruptions?
It makes it to where the interruptions happen at the same time every time, so they're not out of phase with each other. They're completely in phase.
Okay. In phase. Why do I feel like I've heard that phrase before?
Because Audio 1000 for non-majors.
Yeah! Yeah! Oh my gosh, I can't believe I've already forgotten so much from that class. It's almost like I'm studying something completely different now.
Yeah. Were you saying something, Jess?
Yeah, I've got to head off.
Oh,
Get up for church in the morning.
I got you, fam. All right, well,
Yeah,
Jess.
My parents are gonna be like, "What? You stayed up until 12:45?"
Right.
Oh boy, my parents would probably be the same. I should, I really need to get back to watch. I need to watch video church tomorrow.
Mm.
I'm very glad that my church does video church.
Or you can come out to my church and actually go inside.
I mean, these are very difficult times we've been in, and I've already experienced the plague, so maybe I should. Maybe I should keep people from having to experience the plague.
I had the plague. My dad had the plague bad.
Ooh.
Did he get better?
Yeah, he's still got the like the long-term effects right now. Like whenever he
the
coughs,
taste.
it sounds.
Oh,
It
the
does
cough
not
sounds
sound
kind of bad.
good, and he's got like the exhaustion from it, the post-exhaustion.
I had a lot of that post-plague exhaustion, and it was really like curbing my mood. I feel like the emotional and psychological effects were almost worse than just the regular physical effects.
Yeah, I didn't have that
Or maybe
super
that's just
bad,
or
and
maybe
neither.
that's just cabin fever from being quarantined and then having like snow days immediately after. But I still
Yeah,
say it counts.
yeah,
It's
that would
possible.
do it. I was in quarantine for 4 weeks because so me, my mom, and my dad had it, and we
Oh,
think that Solomon had it, but we didn't get him tested because they didn't really want us to come into the office.
Austin, where
Oh,
are you?
So
I see you in there.
so uh
we have a new friend in the chat.
My roommate.
Yo, roommate.
Somewhere. I
so
don't know if he's still on here because he started his. Actually, yeah, he started his shift now.
Mm.
but
He works a
anyway,
midnight to 8 o'clock shift.
Oh, have you heard, Wes? Our teammate Matt Magnum would like to host a campaign for a tabletop RPG called
I did
Pathfinder.
see that. Yes, I did see that.
Would you be interested in partaking in such a thing?
It depends.
I
When would this
understand.
be?
We are in the process of figuring out when people would be available for such a thing.
Okay.
In other words, it's negotiable.
Okay. Because I'm thinking probably not until after I graduate, which will be in like only 10 weeks.
You know what? I think we were saying that the general consensus was summer is our sweet spot. You
Yeah.
know why else summer would be our sweet spot? Because our casting phase will be complete, and we might even get more. There's the possibility of adding members to the team from finishing the casting phase.
Yeah, that's fair.
You know,
alright.
if we add people to the cast, I wonder if we'll ask if they can offer anything in addition to their voice to the content efforts of the team.
Let's get through the pilot first, I'd say.
Let's get through the pilot first.
Because if there's something they can offer, I.
Like a video, in terms of
No,
video
no
editing.
one's suggesting that, Vex.
Yeah, no one's stealing your job, Wes.
No,
No one is stealing
I'm
your job.
talking about what Vex is saying in the chat. He's saying, "Dear God, it's immoral to ask for that, buddy. How could you even consider it?"
I just now read the chat.
I'm
No
being
one-
silly.
no.
I'm just being silly.
No. Hardy har har.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Hold on, read that. Thank you. I have a lot of practice in reading keyboard
Yes,
sneeze.
Hey,
Yeah, you really gotta go. All right,
Nighty night.
take care, Jess.
okay, bye.
Bye. See you later.
See you next week, hopefully.
Yeah, we're doing more of this next week. I'm excited.
Yeah. And Jess has left the chat. All right.
And
How long have you got to stay on, Kaz?
I could probably stay on another 15 minutes because it's
Okay.
12:45. I'm gonna call it a night at 1 because I have put off my homework all weekend because I had to make that finalizing that video just right.
That's fair.
And then I did that publicizing social media push. And dude, we broke 100 views like 30 minutes ago.
Nice.
Yeah, dude. And I still don't think our email has received any. We haven't received any auditions yet, but that's natural.
Yeah.
It's gonna take a while for people to actually prepare.
Yeah.
Any self-respecting auditionee is probably gonna give it a good 24 hours before the audition.
Yeah, at least. And then they at least want to do their research and, rehearse their lines a little bit.
I wonder if 30 days is enough time to give them to watch the whole anime.
Probably. I mean,
probably not.
I mean,
Depends
yeah, probably not. That's what I meant. Also, considering that we're just casting for the pilot right now, I wouldn't expect them to watch much past episode 1. Maybe, I'd say episode 5 at the most is what I expect them to watch.
Yeah. I did do my best to include some information last minute in the description. You'll notice it says, like, note, like, spoiler warning for the show, because some of the characters in there have, like, secret identities and stuff.
Yeah.
And then there's, like, and then there's the note that says, some of the lines in this audition guide aren't necessarily reflective of the actual material that's to be shown in episode.
Mm-hmm.
It's there to test your ability to speak in the terms of the character. Because I gotta confess, a lot of those lines are like just direct translations from the official release episodes. Some of them are. But some of them are original, and some of them will in fact be in an episode of The Abridged.
Okay. Yeah, I would hope there's at least some original stuff in the Abridged series.
I would hope too, with it being a parody and all.
Yeah.
Yeah, who's gonna watch 51 episodes of, Captain Falcon being cool? Maybe that's the purpose of the abridgment, to make it shorter, make it more accessible.
More bingeable.
Yeah, more bingeable, more watchable, more bearable with some of that cringeworthy 2000s writing.
Yeah.
Don't you love anime that's just like 90% a product of its time? I love it, but at the same time, modernizing it can do it some good.
I mean, it's also really dicey when you play with depictions of the future. Inherently.
Oh yeah. Like, what do you think is going to happen when you get to the future? The same thing that happens with Back to the Future, apparently. The future happens, and then you're disappointed how much not like that it is.
Yeah.
Yes. This parody will not be. It will not feel the same way forever. As it ages, people will look back on it and say, "Huh."
Interesting prediction.
Failed miserably. Things are even worse than they were when we predicted, and when Back to the Future predicted 2016 or 2018?
2015.
2015, okay. Banana! Banana.
Because banana. Brought to you by banana. Banana.
I still haven't had my Victory Girl Scout cookie yet. I told myself I was going to eat one after going public with that announcement.
Do it right now.
Wesley, I'd have to walk away from the microphone to do that, and I'm having much more fun just talking. Grr.
Fine.
It's fine.
It's not like you can transfer the Discord to your phone.
That sounds awfully convenient. I'm going to turn off my Nintendo Switch, which is also portable.
Everything's portable in the future.
Watch, you'll probably have an easier time hearing me on my phone.
Oh, that would be ironic.
It'd be so ironic, it'd be painful. Alright, how do I do this?
So I would hang up here and then just rejoin the call on your phone.
Phone.
Vex, you're not wrong. Okay, he is temporarily out. At this point, I'm going to check my Twitch page to see what is actually happening. 73 followers. Wowee. I have one new friend request. From my other roommate. Of course I will accept. Yes. I am only accepting friend requests from people I know in real life, unfortunately, at this moment. There's stuff happening in the chat. All the stuff for the wait music is original ones by me.
Speaker? Can you hear me?
A lot clearer, Kaz, a lot clearer.
That's unfortunate. That's just sad.
I mean, it's not like your phone is optimized to catch human voice or anything.
Yeah, you can hear the sound of the Girl Scout cookie packaging.
Make it crunch. Oh, this is an old one. This is one of the. I think this
I'm
is
home alone with my dog. I'm home alone with my dog tonight. My parents are out hanging out with like a business partner or something.
Oh dang. Home alone. I don't know.
I can level up my Girl Scout cookie experience with vanilla ice cream.
Dang it, Vex. I was thinking you meant dogs. I was gonna guess 10.
What was that, Wes?
So, Vex is saying any bets on how many are devoured in celebration, and I inherently knew he meant cookies. But
Of course.
But he had to clarify, it says, not dogs, cookies. And I'm like, damn it, Vex, I thought you meant cookies. I was gonna say 10.
Dream cookie.
Yeah. All my old AV gear. Older AV gear. It's not that old yet. But
older AV gear is old.
It's obsolete, at least. I mean, first off, it's obsolete when unfortunately when it's got the retro connection. Secondly, it's obsolete when it's Radio Shack branded.
Hey, at least you got a good deal on that one.
I know. Oh man, the thing is, the local electronic parts store isn't open right now.
Aw.
Yeah, it's never.
That's a shame.
It's poor Radio Shack. They couldn't hop on the internet game. Also, I mean, they've always had troubles throughout their entire franchise history.
A Radio Shack, a local electronics store that can't do internet. Somehow, there's something ironic about that, I think.
I mean, also, to be fair, Amazon did kind of start being a thing.
Yeah, Amazon did start being a thing.
I remember when literally the only reason I went to Amazon was to get a replacement strategy guide for Wind Waker.
Oh, dude.
And then when I realized they didn't have it with the map, do you know where I went? Overstock.com. Back when that was a thing.
Universe.com.
So what?
Oh, dude.
Okay, Kaz, you have ice cream and Girl Scout cookies, right?
Yeah, tagalongs, the best ones.
No. I'm trying to place the microwave sound that I just heard.
Oh yeah, I'm
Are you thawing
microwaving
the
ice cream so it thaws faster.
Cool. Okay, just making sure. It's like my first thought for some reason was, why are you heating up the cookie if you're putting it in the ice cream?
Oh, the things that you hear when I'm on speaker.
Indeed. That looks like my roommate is back from his chores.
Oh, I see why you enjoyed this whole streaming thing, Wesley.
Say what?
I see why you like this whole streaming thing, Wesley. Everyone in the world can see what we're doing at all times.
Right. I do I haven't updated it in a while. I do have a SoundCloud. I have not updated it in a long time. But I have been trying. This one is actually part of the album I've been trying to get released for a long time.
You're working on an album on top of all this?
I've been working on it. That's been my side project. So so 8th grade I made this little dinky folk story for a unit in English class.
What year was this?
8th grade. Adapted that into a song. Redid the song. Adapted it into a video game soundtrack.
I remember you telling me about this. I think.
Yes.
Don't you have a rep? There's a software that you use to compose the score.
It's all in Family Tracker.
Dude, that was so cool.
It's all the chiptunes are done. It's the actual proper songs that I just need to get it done and get it released because I need to be done with this thing so I can move on.
That's how I felt about doing the recording of the. I don't remember if I told you about this. I wanted to record the songs that I wrote for the Shakespeare play that I was in high school because my director was like, "Yeah, there's a role called Balthazar, and he does music. He doesn't speak a lot, but he has a song called Sigh No More." Because the Shakespeare play was. Do you remember a Shakespeare play called Much Ado About Nothing?
Much Ado About Nothing. Yeah.
So it was that one. Balthazar sings that, and the words were written for me, but I had to come up with the music.
Mm-hmm. Did you end up?
So I wrote a quote unquote "Sigh No More," and then I had 2 or 3 other background tracks to use as for a wedding scene and for a epitaph scene. And I was like, I wish I was good at having things like that recorded because I was in high school and I was a complete novice when it came to quality recordings, and also just be consistently good enough with guitar that I could record with it, which makes you wonder, how did I manage to do that on stage?
I mean, they're kind of different beasts, to be honest. I can record in the studio all I want. I still get stage fright sometimes.
So yeah, somehow I managed to play these songs on stage. I probably made some mistakes on stage anyway, but the problem with recording is that it gave me the privacy and time to be a perfectionist, which meant I never got around to finishing the recording.
Same.
Oh, good.
That's literally my problem with this album.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
See, at least with live performances, you have to do it that one time and then you're done.
Yeah, that's the thing. You have to just be good and move on. Yeah. Also, you talk about getting quality audio, and I struggled with it for a long time. You want to see? I don't have. It's not the exact mic. You want to see what my first regular use mic was?
Hell yeah, dude!
It's a freaking Rock Band mic. It's literally a mic from Beatles Rock Band. That's literally what I used, and I got by with that for years.
Yo, is that a condenser mic or dynamic mic?
I don't know.
Probably dynamic.
Probably, but also it's USB powered, so I'm not sure.
Huh. Dude, this overture music that you have for your streams, this is kick-ass. This is the sound. This is the album you're talking about, right?
This is part of it. This is the hey, we're introducing you to what the boss did.
I thought it sounded familiar. Dude, when are you releasing this again? When are you planning on releasing it?
That's changed quite a bit. I originally planned on releasing it Christmas 2 years ago. And then... like I said, the sequence music is all done. It's the actual folk rock bookends that I'm having problems with recording completely.
Alright.
because I can sequence stuff whenever I want to. I have to actually get, like, organize things to do, like, live recording.
I see.
And it's to the point where, like, I can do everything on my own, pretty much. That's how I've worked for the last 10 years or so. But the last song on the album, just to drive home that it's, like, the adventure, like, victory fanfare, I have a part written for a brass sextet. And I can do the trombone part, I just don't have a trumpeter.
So you need a trumpeter.
Yeah, I know some people, I just haven't had time to ask because COVID was a thing.
Oh, yes. Now that's the final boss of humanity right there.
Not real. Actually, you know what? I can show this. I will stop that media. I'll stop the wait music. I'm actually going to, see what I want. I guess this, technically.
I'm gonna eat my words, aren't I?
Say what?
I'm gonna eat my words, aren't I?
What words?
You know, I don't know.
Okay, no, I'm responding to Vex in the chat.
Oh, gotcha.
So it's not quite MIDI. It is sequenced music, but it's not MIDI. It is. I will share the screen now once I can pull it up. Now let me change the window capture. There we go. It's a program called FamiTracker, which is it's a simple sequencing program that is set up to emulate the actual hardware channels of an NES, and also alongside that, MIDI is more universal as a sequence music. This is more structured for if you were playing it for an NES. And on that note, there's actually a button somewhere right here where you can create it in a file format that if you have like a cartridge printer, you can print it onto an NES cartridge. But yeah, it's sequenced. Like, when most people say MIDI, they mean sequenced music. So in that case, yeah, it's sequenced music. Most video game music before 2007, unless you're on like the PlayStation, was sequenced music. And that being said, let me... Oh, file type. Technically, it's an FTM file.
Yeah. Wait, a what file?
FTM. It's a FamiTracker file.
Oh, gotcha.
Which, it's very text based. Literally, I can export the entire thing as just like a kilobyte like text file, and then re-import it. But yeah, this is what it is. I'll pull open the one that we were playing earlier. If you guys can hear this, let me know. That's pretty loud, probably. Let me turn the desktop audio down. Unfortunately, I don't have I don't remember what it was called. I don't have Voice Meter installed or anything like that, so I can't separate Discord from it yet. I'm actually gonna do that tonight. But yeah, it's all sequence music. There it is. So let me pull it up, and we can isolate individual tracks too. So just pulse waves. There we go. Actually, let me turn that up a little bit. And the backing track's going to happen on pulse 1 and 2 over here, where the melody is. And the bass is going to happen over here. So I can go and mute that, or just not. Thank you. I will. I definitely will at some point. Guitar accompaniment now. this is actually built into the wait music. Yeah, it's really fun to watch. I'll be honest. And over here I have different instrument presets where I can set up the waveforms. It's like now it's gonna go into a more violin sound.
Guilty of eating a whole box of tagalongs in a single day.
You ate the whole box of tagalongs?
In a single day.
Vex, I think we were both wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did guess 10 technically. Oh well, it's whatever. So now I'm gonna isolate the guitar part. Etc. etc. And from what I've released on YouTube, the spider seems to be a lot of people's favorite. So what?
Oh, I'm looking for my dog.
Oh, I gotcha. This is the second boss fight in the game. People seem to really like this one. Yeah, the second boss is a giant spider.
Alright. I'm having trouble hearing it, or have you started it yet?
Shoot, hold on, Kaz.
It's probably because I'm on the Discord call and not on the stream.
Probably. Yeah, let's fix that. I have not. I will be sure to listen to that. Oh! Is that the really, like, prog rock song? I think I have, actually. I think I have. Let me double check, make sure it's what I think you're talking about.
What's the weather like right now? It's pretty cold, but is it cold enough that I want to change it to something warmer than shorts? I really don't feel like it.
I think I know this, actually. Yeah.
Really hit the spot. I'm very satisfied.
Anyway, I'm gonna stop that now because that defeats the whole purpose of buying the album. Yeah, a lot of those were made like over the course of these songs were made over the course of like 8 years. So I started off like really simple and I progressively got like a little bit more adventurous with the songs. But yeah, let's.
You can see an evolution of style within the collection of music.
Exactly. Except I didn't compose them in order, so it kind of jumps back and forth, to be honest.
Here we've got retro music, and here we've got modern retro music.
Right. Thank you, Max. Well, that being said, it is definitely past 1 o'clock.
It is, but I haven't taken my dog out for his last potty break.
I gotcha.
Before I call him a night.
Well, in that case, would you like me to continue ranting about frickin' video standards? Because that's where we were.
Sure.
Okay, so
Yeah, well, I take my dog out.
when last we left you, we talked about how interference would make the picture go all crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And in order to cope with that, the refresh rate of the screen was changed to be the same thing, or the same frequency as the electricity frequency.
Right.
Which is a problem when you try to go international, because in America and in a few other places, the frequency of the alternating current, the AC electricity, is 60 hertz. So it alternates 60 times a second. In Europe and most of the world, it's 50 times a second. Which is where you get the difference of frame rates at 60i and 50i.
Okay.
Now, what happens is, the CRT actually can't, doesn't actually draw the entire picture in one pass because of flicker issues. Because it goes way too fast. So what it would do instead is it'll draw half the image in 1/60th of a second, and then the other half of the image in the next 60th of a second, which is where we get interlacing from. That's interlaced fields. So effectively, there's two fields for one frame. So you have that. That's where we get 30 frames a second and 25 frames a second.
Interesting. I feel like I learn something new every time I talk to you.
Thank you.
Cooper, good boy, Cooper. Yeah, don't mind me just talking to my dog.
No, you're good. You're good. Now, Kaz, if you go online or you go on any kind of video and you look at the frame rate, you'll see that we don't watch things at 30 frames a second. We watch things.
No,
we don't. We watch something very close to it, but we're not quite to modern times yet. So, 30 frames is 60i, 30 frames a second is fine for black and white television. The original plan for color TV was, okay, black and white TVs are at this end of the spectrum.
Okay.
What we'll do is make new color TVs that use this end of the spectrum instead. And we'll let people forget about this one. Well, while they were trying to figure out what to do, suddenly people bought a lot of black and white TVs.
Suddenly people buy a lot of black and white TVs.
Yeah. As in, like, 10 times what it had been the year previous.
Oh, I wonder why.
I think it was just out of the World War, I think. So, they're like, okay, we can't forget about black and white TVs. Shit. We have to make everything backwards compatible.
Backwards compatibility.
Yeah. So we're thinking, okay, how we only have so much bandwidth on our channel to work with to put the color information in. We'll try to squeeze it in. We'll put it at like the top end of we'll put it at like the higher frequency end of the spectrum. Then they realize, oh shit, the way that we make the signal happen for the color information can potentially mess with the audio signal. And the audio signal can potentially interfere in a way that'll make the picture go all funky again.
Okay.
And so, because of math, they decided that the easiest thing to do would be to slightly slow down the refresh rate to where the audio signal was never perfectly in phase with the color signal, and so it never interfered with each other. And they slowed it down by 1,000th of a percent, I think. Or no, they slowed it by 1/10 of a percent. They slowed it down by 1,000th. So instead of 30, we now have 29.97, which is what we in America use today.
29.97
frames a second.
Per second. Huh.
And accordingly, when we convert film... Oh, what were you saying?
So, whenever I get around to watching the newest episode of WandaVision, it'll be in 29.75 frames per second.
29.97 frames per second, yeah. If it's in that, actually, modern TV shows are more shot like they are on film, so it's 24 frames a second.
Okay.
Except it's not, because of the exact same issue, because since we slow down our video to 29.97, since we slow it down by that, like, 1,000th, we have to slow down the 24 frames by 1,000th in order to make it fit evenly. So that's why when you look at your rips from the DVD of F-Zero,
yeah,
it's not at 24 frames, it's at 23.976 frames a second.
Oh. But then
Yeah.
when you put it through the editor, you,
No, it stays in 23.976 because we're in America.
Yeah. I was gonna say, when you put that footage into the editing timeline, it seems to, like, it doesn't seem to change that much, even when I put it into that 60 frames per second video.
Yeah,
But
it really doesn't. It depends on... Frame rate conversion's a whole different story. That's a whole different thing.
Nice.
It didn't have to be. It didn't have to be. Because that's what happened with PAL. So, in Europe, everyone's oh god, this is a whole other thing. So when it comes to analog standards, not only are Europe and America different in terms of frame rates, they're different in terms of line resolution. So basically, America, their image was 525 pixels high total. The usable bit of that was about 480 pixels. That's why, for us, standard definition is 480p. In
480?
480, yeah. 480 visible lines out of a total of 525.
Right, okay.
In Europe, their signal was... other way around. Usually the width goes before, but yeah, 640 by 480. In Europe, they have a signal that is 625 lines, so that's 100 more lines of resolution. Hey, you're good, Vex. So it's 100 lines nicer looking of a picture than us, kind of, sort of. Over there, that basically equates to like 576 lines, which is why if you look at the freaking DVD rips that I'm doing, I'm keeping it in the weird 576p quality. Because it's from, like, a PAL DVD.
Okay.
And it just so happens that, because math, 625 lines works out to where when they add a color resolution on top of the black and white video, they can keep it at 25 frames a second without having to do any freaking slowing down stuff. We could have avoided that if we had also, just by pure coincidence, because math, if we had also changed our television signal to be 625 lines instead of 525 lines, we could have stayed at 30.
We could have been so much more compatible.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Who says math doesn't make you more compatible?
The thing is, because everyone suddenly started buying an older standard black and white TV with the 525 lines, it wasn't feasible practically to change the TV signal. They could have done it. They totally could have done it. It would just be a matter of slightly retuning, like, the signal, how the signal is structured. But because backwards compatibility. Which is a whole other reason where I'm like, okay, Kaz, when we do the Abridged series, do we want it at 480p or do we want it at 720p?
And I think my answer was 480p, at least for the time being. But we have the ability to experiment with 720p, right?
Yeah, and truth be told, I'm going to edit this thing at 576p. So,
yeah.
If we decide we want to remaster the old episodes for whatever reason, we can always re-export it at 720p.
Right, and the reason I say that is because when it's just like using footage of the show, so for actual episodes and for that title sequence that I uploaded, I had that exported at I think it was 576. Is that right?
Yeah, that's the native resolution for that.
Right. So when you upload that video to YouTube, it automatically downgrades to 480p to go so it can be processed under YouTube's standards.
Right. Because that's how standard stuff works now.
Yeah. So you don't really have the option to have 576 on YouTube, which if they did that would be fantastic. You could have the full quality of the picture and also have the standard dimensions of like the regular dimensions of the screen.
Yeah.
But if you were to upload it in 720p, what happens is you upload the video, right? Mm-hmm. But then you're stuck with those black bars on the side. At least that's what I understand.
Kinda, sorta. Let me check. I would think that it supports a full screen 720p. YouTube supported resolutions. I would think so, because I've uploaded things in 1080p that were square. I thought.
If that's possible, I'd really be interested in seeing if we can do that. Actually,
yeah, let me tell you. Yeah, I'm gonna do the same thing. Actually, I can't. I'm not going to right now because that'll be an interesting thing in itself. If I want to try to stream my editing, I'm gonna have to figure out if I can do the editing software alongside.
Right.
You know what? I'm gonna go for it. I'm just gonna open up Premiere and see what happens.
All right.
Actually, I'll open up Resolve and see what happens. If the stream crashes, you'll know why. So in that case, thanks for watching, everybody.
My pleasure.
Yeah, we'll open up Resolve. Four by 3 YouTube. About the right YouTube dimensions. I don't care about the right YouTube dimensions. I know you want me to. So the thing is, generally, if you're watching, like, on your desktop or on your laptop, if you upload a 4x3 video, it's always going to have those black bars on the side because you're. Or any more, I think. Let me double check. Because I know if you upload it and you watch it on mobile, it'll be the full size, like unless you go full screen. Video standards are weird.
Right. That they are. Hey, buddy.
Hi, buddy. I'm going night-night.
New project, just because test, why not? We'll see that.
Come on, buddy. Come on.
Divinity Resolve, preferences. No, I want needs file, project settings, that's what I need. Can I say 1440 by 10? Let's say 1440 by 1080. Timeline frame rate drop 24. Save, so that should be. Okay. Let's make a new image. That is the same thing. 1440 by 1080. Yep, that's what I want. I'll just make it green, because why not? Chroma key green. Save as. PNG green, but it's the square. It's the square just shy of compare. And we'll drop that into resolve, because why not? That went to the pigment folder for some
Music is awesome.
Thanks. Drop.
Alright, buddy.
Project settings. Yeah, that's supposed to be right. Okay. I need to render. This is really the interesting part. Test 4x3. So we'll just plop it on the we'll just plop it in documents. Audio, videos, yep. Alright, render queue. Start render. It's a green square. There we go.
We just uploaded. You're exporting a green square.
Yep. Just so I can test it.
You know what? I would subscribe to a channel that uploads nothing but green squares.
Upload video.
I wonder how long till we get a cease and desist by Nintendo.
I'm gonna give it 2.5 episodes. It'll be while we're editing the 3rd episode. Visibility. No, it's not made for kids. Why? I mean, it's not made for kids. This is gonna be a film animation, I guess, is what it is technically. Visibility, private, save.
Oh, Wes, you said you were interested in helping with the script writing too, occasionally, right?
Yeah.
All right. I might send you the notes from the guy that I talked to the other day.
Who was the guy I talked to you the other day, by the way?
Have you ever in November of 2020, so November last year?
Yeah.
To commemorate the 30th anniversary of F-Zero, this guy named Martin Proto Lee, I think his team is called Team Trainwreck.
Okay.
They uploaded a fan dub of the last episode of the anime that we're making an abridged of right now.
Okay.
So they made a fan dub of the finale because they couldn't do a fan dub of the whole anime.
Right.
And it was called F-Zero Overdrive, and that's what he made. But he also has a history of working on abridged projects, and the only one he works on anymore right now is he works on a Black Butler abridged project.
Okay.
He offered to take a look at the script that I wrote, and he had some notes, so some of the guys that I working on the script with are looking at those notes and seeing what changes they want to make, what changes they don't very much care for from the suggestions.
Okay.
But if you want to be part of that conversation, I might send you the notes and let you look at those.
Yeah, I'd totally be down for it.
Cool.
So I uploaded it on the web or on desktop. Oh no, there we go. Yeah. If you're in standard view or you're on mobile, it won't put the black bars on the side. It'll fill up the edge.
What's this?
The green square was 1080p, but it was 4x3. So
okay.
And let me go browser on stream.
And that has everything to do with the way that it was exported or the way that it was uploaded?
The way it was exported. So this is where it is. It's reset transform. There we go. So I uploaded it as a 1080p. So I uploaded at 1440 by 1080, which is full screen ratio, but at HD quality, and it's the proper. So if we were to upload our abridged series at 960 by 720, it would be the right ratio. Okay. Or if we were to upload it at 640 by 480, it would be the right ratio. It would just be smaller than, it would be less quality than it is now.
All right. I was gonna, I mean, I probably could have maybe I could have afforded to put off uploading the casting call video by one more day, just to see if I could figure out the proper aspect ratio for the footage. But
the rest of your the rest of your video is going to be in it's HD video. I think it's fine.
All right.
Yeah, let me look back up just to be sure. Let me just double check it. Yeah, I mean, in the context of what the video is, since it's a casting call and it's not the actual thing, I think doing it all in a 16 by 9 ratio with everything, with the anime inset, but pillar boxed like this, which means with those black bars inside, I think that's fine.
Okay.
Because I appreciate that more than if you cropped in to get rid of the black bars.
Yeah.
Because I absolutely hate when movies do that.
If you go back to the scene with that has the cardboard cutout of GX Falcon or Mainverse Falcon, you'll notice that it actually does.
Yes, exactly, but you're using that as stock footage for your background. It's a different context, so you're allowed to mess with that. Now, for presenting it as is, like you did here.
How much do you know about Falcon's own series?
Because right now the focus is on F-Zero the game.
How much?
Now it's on the anime. Now you've kept in the proper aspect ratio.
Know about its anime spin-off, Falcon Densetsu, which this spoilerific scene originated from.
I do love me some B-roll footage.
Yeah.
With a 30-year-old franchise that has been largely
just like here, since the focus is still on the game, it's totally proper for you to keep it in the 4x3 pillar box format as your background.
Nice.
Ignored by its creator for more than half of that time.
It's a really cool timeline. I wonder who made it.
I mean, you did. I just cleaned it up a little bit.
You tweaked it.
So,
you made it better.
Content-starved the F-Zero community is, we were thinking, why not make an abridgment?
It hits you.
I know. That's what I was saying.
That intro music.
So let me find. Are you on Twitter now?
I am actually on my bed on my phone, so I'm not on Twitter.
No, I mean is Team Obscurious on?
Yes, Team Obscurious has a Twitter, and you can retweet their tweets.
Okay, awesome. I don't have much of a following, but.
More information and instructions will be provided with a link in the description below. But for now, let's go over some quick guidelines.
I made sure,
in the audition guide provided,
I think it was Dee's recommendation. I make sure that the social media is set up.
Totally.
If you're interested, record up to 3 takes of each line.
I kind of knew that we would need social media set up, but she helped me figure out what to put as a banner and all that.
Yeah.
Full disclosure here. We are not yet certain how many episodes we will be able to produce beyond the pilot. But if you're interested in auditioning,
I had one other banner idea, but it didn't really work. It kind of the ends. You know the end screen of the title screen or the title sequence that we're using as a disclaimer page.
Yeah.
We were going to use that, but with the project logo on top of it instead of the disclaimer text.
Mm-hmm.
But it kind of, I guess. Dee said it looked like it kind of bled in too much to the profile picture with the silhouette that's black.
Sorry, hold on. Let me check.
And I could kind of agree. It didn't really look right.
Is this on the prototype title sequence in the Discord, or?
Oh yeah, it's gonna be in our Discord. You'll see some picture. You'll see I put some snippets in the. I think it's in graphics. It's in the graphics chat.
Okay, let me check that. Oh yeah, I see.
Yeah, it seemed to be less than favorable.
I
Something along those lines might be what I'd like for a banner eventually, but it's
I
neither here
mean,
nor there really.
my first thought would be to boost the blacks a little bit.
Okay.
So hold on, let me. I hate to do this to you now, but do you have the background for that anywhere?
Like that
As
screenshot,
that screenshot as is anywhere.
like that frame as is. It's
Or I mean the old version of the banner.
uh yeah, it's on my PC.
Easily to get.
Tell you
Okay,
what, I
don't
already
worry
shut
about it.
down.
Don't worry about it. I'll.
Remind me in the morning and I'll send it to you.
Yeah. Actually, you know what I could do? You know what I could do? I will go
Green cap.
exactly.
Green
I'll
cap.
go to Discord. I'll find our other. I'll just open. Yeah, I don't want to plug the hard drive in. I'll just find it on Discord somewhere. Find the. I guess that would be in video editing then. At that point, video and frame editing. It's gonna be up here somewhere. I missed a lot.
Don't sweat it. You're a student. Heck, I'm a student. I should probably be focusing a bit more on my school and a bit less on this right now. But
Yeah,
I'm glad.
but it's
that
also a nice distraction.
Yeah, it is. The casting call video is done now, so at least I can sleep at night knowing I don't have to like put off the audition deadline anymore.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be worrying about, okay, let's get this done so we can put it out, so we're giving the general public enough time to do that audition thing.
Yeah. Now
what's up?
Okay, you go ahead.
I'm on an F-Zero Discord server, and there were just two people that I think there were like two people that said they were interested, but they don't have quality microphones. But if they did, they'd be interested. But they're spreading the video around, spreading the word. What's our view count on the video?
119 last time I checked.
Oh, cool. I'm pretty surprised we busted 119 views that quick.
Mm-hmm.
Then again, that's like my first public YouTube video upload that's like that, so.
Oh, yeah, dude. So you know how you brightened up, so for your title sequence prototype, you know how you brightened up the screenshot to where the text is more readable?
Yeah.
Do exactly the same thing for your banner if you want to keep that screenshot in.
Okay. Yeah, I could do that.
Because the problem, as is, it's black on black, so it's barely visible.
Right.
So let me see screenshots. Screenshot. Way down here. Screenshot. And then just random black circle. Well, actually, let me put it on a different layer just so we can. Paint.net. I try to leave you, but you keep bringing me back in. I tell you that it's not working. It's a toxic relationship. But it's so easy to work with you. Ode to Paint.net, the program I installed purely for making Minecraft texture packs. Oh, I gotcha. Alright. Vex, if you left, I'm sorry I missed you, but take care, man. Hey, Beans.
Buddy.
We're actually gonna get ready to call it a night here pretty soon.
Yeah, I'm already in bed, dude.
That's fair. Honestly, I need to do some stuff. I'm probably gonna try to install Voice Meter,
right.
just so.
not to make it a race or anything, but I am in bed already.
Oh no, I know. I've been waiting to duck out. I just yeah. That being said, let's go ahead and switch back to my little dinner and de-stress thing. We'll switch to the other camera with my little stinger that I made, just so I have one more excuse to use tonight.
Little stinker.
Little stinger. I got a little title card with my name that moves.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like that. That's cool.
Yeah.
Dude. Nice.
Nothing much, but it's a little bit of production value, so it's.
Yes, sir.
All right, so
production value is very valuable.
It is, hence the value of production.
It enhances the viewer experience.
It does.
We care about our viewer experience.
Yeah. Speaking of which, there's one more bit I need to do before we actually get to the game next week, which is I need to go back and make 2 more custom alert boxes things. Because are you still watching the stream right now, or?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So let me go to Streamlabs really quick. Actually, let me not be